dodgy ankle, so hence the slightly more, I'll put it relaxed approach. But afternoon everyone, my name's Sasha O'Connell. I'm the Head of Professions and Project Delivery at the Home Office. It's great to see you all here this afternoon. I'm really excited to talk to you about our department. Personally, I've been in project delivery for about 25 years. Some of that time's been spent at in the private sector, but I've worked in roles in the Cabinet Office, Department of Work and Pensions, and in fact this is my third time at the Home Office, so hopefully, but
will you stick this time?
will I stay? I think there's a sign, so I keep coming back. And I've done a range of sort of project delivery and portfolio roles as well. So today, I'm accompanied with Alex Fish. He's one of our first year fast streamers and currently posted to our Maritime Capabilities Replacement Programme. So today is really about us to give you a real sense of the sort of scale, impact and the opportunity of delivering projects in our department. So our work sits really at the heart of government priorities, from national security, policing, borders, and the large-scale transformation roles that we offer really reflect that variety. And the sort of heart of our mission is really about keeping the public safe and secure. So it's a great sort of mission to be involved in. Everything you'll see here today is about real programmes that we have, the real responsibility that comes with it, and the real impact that you can make. So if you're posted to our department, we'll be supporting you to really thrive as a fast streamer within our profession. So we have a look at where you can be posted. Our project delivery profession is genuinely national. We've got postings, locations across England and Scotland. You can be based in the south, so that would be London or Croydon, or any of our many regional hubs. And the ones we're looking at for this round are Manchester, Liverpool, Leeds, Newcastle, Glasgow or Solihull. But basically, wherever you're posted, you'll still be part of a single and connected profession, delivering shared priorities, but with access to all the same support and opportunities that we provide. So, what's exciting about working in the Home Office? I'm sure you hear a little bit about us in the news. But really we're delivering against some of the most challenging and high-profile priorities in government. So it makes it a really exciting place to work. So as I said, the sorts of projects we have support counter-terrorism, policing, crime prevention, immigration borders, passports, visas, and public safety in general. So it is really demanding work, but it's incredibly rewarding. And this is because our outcomes directly improve citizens' lives, but also strengthen the country's security and resilience as well. So as a project support officer in the Home Office, you'll be part of that driving force behind project delivery and making it a success. And you could be involved in championing risk and issue management, keeping project managers equipped with up-to-date registers, escalations and smooth resolution. We're hoping you're going to bring your proactive approach. That means you're always monitoring progress, securing updates and ensuring mitigation plans stay on track. Resource planning might also be one of your domains, so you'll be guiding decisions with workforce insights. But essentially you'll be providing an essential link between the teams and the leadership of your project. So it's a really dynamic role that's central to our sort of project excellence and the governance, making sure that's effective. So what we want to do is make sure you don't just see that you're managing delivery, but you're really contributing to the outcomes that matter for us. So just a bit around our portfolio as well, and the sort of scale of what we deliver. It is significant in the Home Office. You might have already heard a bit about the government major project portfolio. We've got 7 programmes on there. We've got 3 departmental major programmes, so that's the next tier below. And then we've got another 15 Home Office critical programmes, which is sort of how we badge that internally. But again, I mean, they're sort of vital to the running of the department and supports of either frontline operations and public safety as well. Now, a lot of our work really focuses on the digital-enabled business change, so we're modernising systems, we're improving data and strengthening our operational capability. And those sit alongside infrastructure and other specialist programmes that we have as well. And this means each fast streamer sort of early on gets responsibility, exposure to senior stakeholders and experience that will really help accelerate your development as a project delivery professional. So these are some of the programmes that you could be supporting. So you could be working on transforming emergency services communications across the UK, modernising border technology, such as e-gates, or tackling economic crime such as fraud and money laundering, as well as we've got other major sort of data and intelligence programmes as well. And I think we'll hear a little bit more about our maritime capability replacement programme from Alex. So one of the things we make sure all the programmes that we offer to our fast stream is that in common they all have complexity, there's national importance, and there's a chance to do work that really makes a difference. It's going to really help you as you get to the end of your time on the fast stream as well. And then lastly, just a bit about the support that we'll be providing. Really important to note, you won't be doing this on your own. The project delivery profession at the Home Office has been established for a really long time, and we've got a growing community of over 1,500 colleagues in the profession. So when you join, or if you join, you'll receive a full induction into the project delivery profession. You'll have access to mentoring, shadowing and learning events, and then support from our Centre of Excellence as well. And then in addition to that, as a fast streamer, you'll also be part of a dedicated forum with monthly events, peer support of over 20 fellow project delivery fast streamers, and wider opportunities to shape the profession. So it's great to kind of get everyone involved and really hear from people at all levels in the profession. So our aim is really to give fast streamers posted to the Home Office the stretch, support and confidence to succeed from their very first posting. So that's the kind of overview from me, and I'm going to hand over to Alex.
Hi everybody, hopefully you can all hear me. If you can't hear me at the back, just start waving your hands violently and I'll start to speak louder. But as you've heard, so I am in the Maritime Capabilities Replacement Programme called MCRP, another acronym for you to think about this afternoon. So what is MCRP? Well, on a very basic level, I would say I work in maritime security. I know it's a very, very long day, but I do have a maths question to kind of give you a bit of context as to what we're looking at here. So firstly, Spain has 100 vessels for maritime security, covering 5,000 miles of coastline. Now, the French have slightly less coastline, but slightly more boats. So my question for you today, we've got 11,000 miles of coastline. How many boats do you think the UK has for maritime security purposes? Throw it out there. Give me a number.
10.
Okay, interesting. Michelle knows the answer, so she's got it right.
No,
it's all good. Basically, it's 11. Okay, it's 11. Hopefully you sleep well tonight. They're all 25 years old. The purpose of MCRP is to procure a new set of vessels to make sure that we're doing.
It's more than 11.
Oh, it's Michelle. That would be official sensitive information. Now, what does that actually mean? I think one of the things that I really love about working at the Home Office is obviously you're at a desk most of your day, but you're translating into real results. So here are just some of the headlines as to what our cutters and what our CPVs are trying to do. This one, by the way, is the funniest one. Basically, one of our CPVs pulled up next to an organised crime boat, and the two just had a look over and jumped out and swam to shore. It's a really good chase. You could look it up online after. The point being is that most of what our cutters and CPVs are trying to do is to stop drugs flooding into the country. One of the things you might know about Britain is that we're an island nation. We're a pretty porous border when it comes to maritime security, so our boats are the front line to making sure that organised crime can't come in and start flooding our streets with drugs. Now, in terms of what that actually looks like in my job day to day, I'd say it splits into kind of 3 different sections. That top one there, SLT, Secretariat work, I'll be honest, when I saw that, I thought it was going to be the most boring thing that I've ever done. It's taking actions, kind of taking minutes, organising meetings, all this kind of stuff. Actually, that's the part of my job that I find most fun now. It's the toughest, but what you're doing is you're essentially herding senior leaders to making decisions. And it means you don't have necessarily power in terms of you're making those decisions, but you can inform their judgment. You get to write the briefing notes, you get to talk to senior leaders quite a lot. So that's something that I really enjoy in my current role. The second one down, capability delivery. Most of you will have probably never even heard of project delivery before today if it wasn't your top choice, so I don't expect you to know what capability delivery is. The best way I can describe it is, if I just built you a boat and put it in the water, okay, yeah, it's quite cool to have a boat, but it's not actually delivering any capability. You need that boat to have a crew, you need that boat to have the right technology on board, otherwise it's just a kind of floating piece of metal, and that's the last thing that we want because it's not going to be very effective. Now the third one down, this is the most important one for you to take away because it doesn't just apply to the Home Office, it applies to every single fast stream posting that you have, which is a myriad of different stretch opportunities. So when you get into a posting, and this has been touched on by Michelle and others who have already spoken today, you're going to get your posting template, it's going to tell you what you're going to be doing day to day, but you're always going to have opportunities to go beyond that. So for instance, you have an opportunity to champion culture in your organisation if you want to get involved in that. If you're more of a technical person, you can get involved in the engineering space, and indeed you can also get involved, if you really are interested in very boring and dull things, you can get involved in governance structures as well. So definitely worth having a think about that when you get in, trying lots of different things and stretching yourself as you go. The very best thing about working for MCRP is the amount of site visits that you get to do. You've heard earlier, kind of HMRC, you get to go visit, I don't know, a tax place earlier, I don't know what the other departments go get to see. I get to go see boats every day. Go down to the coastline, I get to see what the boats are doing, I get to meet the crew members. There's obviously a lot of social events as well. If you take one thing away from this talk today, please let it be, within the first month or 4 weeks of your posting, please go on a site visit. It really transforms the way that you see your posting. Otherwise, you're just going to be sat at a desk all day and you don't know what the actual impact of your work is. So it's really important that you do that early on. Now, in terms of the Home Office more widely, there are lots of fast streamers at the Home Office. Honestly, if you walk around a Home Office building and you swing a stick, you hit 10 fast streamers in the eye. We're absolutely everywhere. So it's a great network for you to set up and talk to other people about. I'll come back to the table tennis because I'm sure you can see the models in the photo, and I'll touch on that in a moment. Another good thing about the Home Office, you're going to get lots of help from PDEP with their different conferences and induction days and their different curriculum activities that you get to go to. The Home Office specifically has a whole series of senior speaker events that you can log into, either kind of a lunch and learn or after work. There's also their own mentoring scheme, which I would highly recommend signing up to, so there's lots of stuff that's Home Office specific. But specifically, and this is what I am most excited to tell you about, we have a table tennis basement in QMS in the London office. And it's being modelled there by Max, who is the bald guy at the back of the room there, and Joe. Probably two of our worst table tennis players, but they came down and did a little show off for me of what happens. We do have a table tennis tournament as well. Do we have any table tennis players in the room today? Anybody who's proficient? Okay, no one wants the Home Office then. So oh, we got one there. Okay, fantastic. So just to wrap up, because I know I don't want to go over my time, I'd say there's 3 things to remember overall about the Fast Stream and the Home Office in particular. The first one is listen and do whatever Michelle and Tanya and Mirren ask you to do. If they say jump, you say how high, okay? It is absolutely essential, because they've got your best interests at heart, that you listen to what they tell you to do.
I'm loving this, Alex.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, I can't wait for my amazing posting next year.
Oh, it's a suck-up,
The second one is find what you're interested in. When you start, you're going to get to do a whole bunch of different things. Find what you're interested in. For me, that was championing culture in my organisation, and stretch towards that goal. You're going to have the option to do that in year 1. And finally, if you do get a Home Office posting, especially if you're in London, then do get good at table tennis, and challenge me to a game when you get there. Those are my emails up there. Please do just ping me a message, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions. But I believe we're going to do a quick Q&A now.
Okay, we've got 3 minutes for a couple of questions. Anybody got questions for Alex or Natalie? I'm not sure how you follow Alex. Right, Mike first. Thank you.
Assuming that you work with a lot of security sensitive projects, concern national security, NCS, things like that, do you need develop vetting, or does SC suffice?
Yeah, I think all of our postings would go up to SC just because of the sort of duration and time it takes to do develop vetting wouldn't work. But actually what it would do is also sort of give you a taste potentially if you're in a sort of security related project, if you like that kind of environment, if that's sort of worth working towards and in the future when you would well. But
Yeah, so all posts on the fast stream for year one are either baseline, so that's just basic right to work in the UK, CTC, which is counter-terrorism check if your residency doesn't enable you to apply for SC, but for the majority of you, your clearance will be SC, which basically enables you to go to any of the departments you hear from today. It's only really if you've got baseline, so for example, if you've got baseline, you wouldn't be able to go to Home Office, and you wouldn't be able to go to our next speaker, MOD, but you will pretty much be able to go to every other department, because they're the only two that don't have any baseline roles because of the nature of the work they do.
but SC gives,
SC gives you
covers quite a
plenty.
bit actually.
Yeah. And if you go to NCA, you need SCE. Any other questions? One at the front, let me just, oh, yeah, I'm on.
I just wondered where you draw the line between Home Office work on security and military defence work. I know we'll get from you soon, but just because we were talking earlier about working across departments, I wondered what that looked like in your role.
Yeah, it's a really good question. We do have, I think, across the board of a lot of what we do, we interact really closely with other departments, and we've always been sort of very involved and linked up in terms of things like strategic defence reviews as well. So again, it sort of probably depends on sort of where you sit. I don't know, Alex, if you've had any.
Yeah, definitely. So obviously, normally procuring boats and having a kind of defensive capability wouldn't be something that the Home Office does. So the MCRP as a programme is quite unusual. So we're quite plugged into the defence world. So that's another great thing about being in project delivery, and I think this was touched on by a DEFRA speaker earlier. It's just because the nature of these projects mean they overlap departments, is that I'm going and having meetings with people at MOD all the time. There can be a bit of friction there, because obviously MOD thinks they've got best ways of practice, and they think that we're trying to create a fleet of aircraft carriers, when actually we just need like 50-metre long boats that are going to be able to protect us at the border. But yeah, there's lots of opportunities to connect in with MOD colleagues, because obviously they do a lot of capability delivery there as well.
Thank you. Right, I think we should give Natalie an extra big round of applause for making it in with a dodgy ankle.